In love with my husband's best friend. I met my husband Clark 7 years ago. From the day we met, I knew that we had something special. I was immediately comfortable with him. It felt as if I'd known him forever. Conversation flowed freely and easily, and we seemed compatible. We'd both had been married once before. Both had children around the same ages. We shared similar beliefs and values, and we had great chemistry. Our friends and family members often remarked about how perfect we were for each other, and how they'd never seen us happier. We moved in together quickly, and married a few years ago. Shortly after meeting my husband, I was introduced to his best friend Jason, who came back from Iraq. We two hit it off, and became instant buddies. It was great. We became very close, but never crossed any lines, emotional or physical. Once back on American soil, he was stationed in Texas. Hubby and I flew out there on several occasions to visit. The three of us partying it up and having the time of our lives. Jason was now also my bestie. We'd talk on the phone, we'd talk on Facebook. And soon, I was talking to Jason more than my husband was. And Clark was fine with it. Because it was fine, nothing was going on. We would all joke and say I had 2 husbands. Jason had a fiancée and they got married. We were one big happy family. But 1 year later, his wife met someone else and they divorced. That is where it all changed. Not only because of the divorce, but also because Jason was injured and was now a disabled veteran at age 40. His life was changed in so many ways. He was struggling, playing video games all day. So Clark asked me what I thought about having him to move in with us. I tried to stop this, because at that time I had already developed feelings for him. But my husband kept asking, and then one day, I agreed. So Jason moved in and we got even closer. At this point, I was fully involved in an emotional relationship with him. Jason would grocery shop with me, cook with me, help with chores. He slowly moved into my husband's place. And the crazy thing is, it was as if Clark was fine with it. He never said a thing about any of it. Clark then leaves to go on a hunting trip for a week, and leaves us alone together in our home. We didn't cross any physical lines. But we did confess to loving each other. And then one day, my husband asked his best friend to move out, because he started to feel like a third wheel. He didn't want me to talk to Jason anymore, but I couldn't stop. We continued to talk every day. Meanwhile, Clark and I were struggling. After a big fight with my husband, I drove hours to see the best friend. I told my husband I was with a female friend. It was the first time our relationship became physical, and holy moly was it amazing. The connection we share is unbelievable. I can honestly say I have never felt like he made me feel. The openness, the sheer friendship of the whole thing makes me feel closer to him than I have ever felt. I came home, and began to lead a full-on double life. Trying to make things work with the hubby, all the while still carrying on with Jason. I cannot let him go. This last weekend we decided to meet at a hotel. We had a fantastic time together. Then there was the knock on the door the next morning. When I heard it, I knew immediately who it was. I opened the door, and there he was. Clark was angry and commanded me to come home with him. And I did. So here I am. Clark is begging me to stay with him. He isn't mad. He is devastated, and wants to work things out. I do not. I want to be with my best friend. I do not have the financial means to up and leave. Jason is waiting in the wings. We want to start a life together. We belong together, I have no doubt. But I'm in a mess. I hate what I have done. What we all have done. This once awesome friendship between the three of us is destroyed.